Hello everybody, and welcome back to Eiersholt. It's summer, so I'm opening the side of the cow stable here. Still gonna close the gates though. Was clean just a minute ago. Animals are taken care of here, and eggs are, chickens are sorted out. There's quite a few eggs to sort out. I've got a sprayer sitting there from last episode, but we're now over into summer, and obviously that means crops are moving on a bit. So the first two things we're going to do today is we're going to get these pallets sold that we got loaded on. I've created a bunch more, so there's plenty more if we're getting a really good price, but right now I just want to see how much we can get for these ones. And then as we're heading back with the truck, I reckon we'll stop by a few of the fields on a sort of little crop tour to see how things are getting on, just to keep an eye on our crops in general. And then we'll see. I want to put some slurry out on the grass today to see if we can give that a little bit of a nitrogen boost for the second cut later on. But let's hop in. I'm just going to have a look and see where I'm going to fetch the best price for these straw pellets here, and then we'll set off. So it looks like we're selling them up the Baywa, which is quite handy because it's one of the closer ones. So we'll get going. I'm seriously contemplating if I can cut some of the low branches on these trees. I don't want to cut the trees down. I like this entrance to the farm, although I think we should probably try and get the road gravelled at some point. Get rid of some of all of these potholes and things. Still plenty of firewood there, so I can't really sell the stuff that I've been creating, but we'll get to that. First, we got to get rid of some of these pallets here. See how much they're going to bring us. So we have arrived, and I just got to get around here to the bale sell point, which, if I remember correctly, is around here. There we go. 12,000 euros for 8 of those boxes. That's pretty decent. It's not masses and masses of money, but it's very, very decent. There's quite a lot of work involved in creating them. So, but given that it's kind of a downtime activity, I think generally speaking that's okay. But that's one lot sold off. I think I got another 12 sitting in storage already, so that's a nice little earner. But we can actually start the crop tour right away here. And I'm already getting a little bit worried because in here, this oat has just moved through to summer, but it's still only showing as germinated. I've been doing the animals and everything like that, so I would have thought that there's sometimes slight delay in seasons moving a crop on. Should have been okay. Let us just check the map to see what it says. Okay, so here we are on the northern part of field 41 here, and as we can see, it is showing as growing, so it has moved through, germinated it into growing on this map here. But for some reason right now, on the field info, it is still just showing as germinated. I'll have to keep an eye on that. On the other side of the road, our only field on the other side of the main road here is our barley that got planted. One of the first crops to go in, and that looks to be growing quite well. So here we are. That's the that's the contrast right now, and these were seeded, I think, with less than 12 hours between them, so there's something a bit funny going on, I think, but let's see. So over here on the canola, everything is looking pretty good, and if I instead of jump check this, we're on 33% growth, so that's looking perfectly decent. So we've got a nice big field full of barley that's going to generate a ton of bales. We got all the way down to the farm buildings over there, full of canola or rapeseed here. As we head in towards the farm, we've got a grass field, and then we're sort of going to carry out towards where I have sugar beet and wheat and take a quick look at that as well. And then as we come out in the opening again, here is the other giant field that was split into three. So on the northern side here, they are the sugar beets. So they're looking pretty good. They've been sprayed off for weeds as well now, and they look to be growing quite nicely as well. Nitrogen and pH are good. Over here, we've got our wheat. Also, nice large field. Even though it's a split field. So that, all in all, most of the fields are kind of looking decent, moving along at a gentle pace. As you can see, although we're in early summer right now, here in the morning at least, temperatures still only up to 7 degrees, and ground temperatures have actually fallen again. It kind of touched 9 yesterday, and then it fell back to 8. So the maize that we planted 2 episodes ago will probably not have germinated here into summer, and will be sort of another hard season behind, but that's not too bad. So this field is in a bit of a mess. It needs plowing. Nitrogen is terrible, but the pH is okay at least. So this is the one. We're going to get one more cut out of it by fertilizing the grass, but then it's going to get plowed up, and then depending on how the other crops do, we can look at swapping things over. But otherwise, I'm going to reseed it with grass to use that for hay and silage. So we really only have one more field to look at right now. Well, 2 technically speaking, with the maize field that I already mentioned, but I'm expecting that to be bare soil. The other one is down on the southern side of this wheat field here, where the alfalfa is grown. So I'm just going to head down there. It's a bit of a drive, but I'll see you down there. Alfalfa field down here on the southern side will be coming up on our left just as we come out of the forest here, and that is looking pretty good. I'm happy with this. We've got flowers. Won't be long, I think, till we can... Oh, it says ready to harvest. Now that is interesting. I hadn't expected that. I thought we're going to have to wait, but let's just check the map, because I thought it showed us still growing. Nope, it is indeed ready. So in addition to getting some slurry on the grass up near the farm, looks like we're going to start cutting ourselves some alfalfa. We are getting there. Starting to get the porridge harvest out. Got the silage sides back onto one of the trailers. Now this is the thing about sheds. Need to get this out so I can swing around and get the header onto that forage harvester. This thing has a really good turning angle at least. So if I swing back around this way like so, then I should be good to go straight out. I just got to check that the header's not going to hit the edge here. Oh, that's looking a little bit close. Let's see if that's going to help. A little bit tight there. There isn't much space. The header only just fits in this way. But as you can see over here by the workshop, we got the T7 with one of the Roland trailers sitting ready now, and I've got the wheel load out, and our truck has just been sitting filling up, because if there's anything that eats fuel, it is foraging operations. So we've got the Thunder Creek here filled up so that it's ready to provide support out in the field. So now I just want to get the forest hours topped up before heading out, and then we just got to get this slurry job on the way as well. I already got a T9 sitting ready with a tank full of slurry, so we'll set him up to the grass field near the top of the northern part of the farm, and then we'll get him going on cosplay, and then we'll get the silage work going, and then we're into another busy day here on Eiersholt. As we can see, when we bring up the precision farming map down here in the lower left corner, it's still putting on a fair bit. So we're already down to 90%. So we might not even get the forage harvester out to the field and start it before we're back up to having to refill the slurry tanker here. So we better get moving. Yes, we're full on fuel now, and we've got plenty of DAF still. There's DAF on the Thunder Creek as well, so that side of it should not be a problem. I only have one trailer ready to collect the cut right now, because with the slurry spreading and this going on, I'm not really going to have much time to sort of make use of auto drive to effectively swap in and out. I still prefer to drive manually by the harvester, but we'll get the pipe out here. I'm turn off the help screen now that we're back down on this one. And of course, in order to be able to go around the field, we are going to have to get the T7 out and pick up. I don't know if we're going to make a full round. I think alfalfa is pretty high volume when we start cutting, but we will see. It is the first growth stage only, so I just want to see how this goes. I haven't really cut much alfalfa before. So I'm going to put this one on follow me, and I'm going to jump, but I'm going to have to reduce the distance down. Oh, okay, that's perhaps a little bit drastic. 10 meters, I hope that should work. We'll find out in a second. As I hop in here, start the cutter, and hopefully that is going to reach okay into the back there. Let's have a look, see. Certainly looks like I'm hitting it. Just hop back into the follow me tractor there to gauge where we're at. Right now it's about a third full, so if I zoom out a bit here, I start getting a little bit better sense of it. I do find I have to go a little bit slow, but it's actually working okay to do it like this. Well, it looks like our first silage cut here is going to come to a short stop because the rain's coming on now. So I'm gonna stop our cutter here, and I think we'll leave it out here just for now in case it's temporary. I am going to take our 27,000 litres of alfalfa back and just dump it straight into the grass dryer. And then we can focus on getting the T9 refilled with that slurry and continue that moving unless the grass starts getting really wet and slippery, but hopefully shouldn't be too bad. Considering this is a third of the original field size, that's a lot of alfalfa here potentially. But it might even be beneficial to let it grow for another part and wait till we're into mid or even late summer before we start cutting it. I'm not 100% sure. If you have more experience with alfalfa, let me know what you think in the comments down below. But for now, we're obviously not going to be cutting anymore. Obviously not a humongous amount, but still. It's tipping in. We're counting up. Given that we're now doing cattle and there's no real demand for clover, we don't have pigs at the moment. I don't think we're going to be doing clover sort of immediately anytime soon, but still. Good. That is that sort. So I'm just getting this out of the way now because T9 is going to be coming down this way to refill on slurry. It didn't quite make it all the way around the field, but it wasn't too far off. Sort of, I'd say about 3/4 of the way around. T9 here on putting some slurry down on grass. And that means we're clearly not going to have enough slurry to cover this whole grass field. So might have to start thinking about buying in a pellet spreader, fertilizer pellet spreader, something I haven't actually got right. Well, I've got a very large one for I've been using for lime, which seems a bit overkill for the grass field. But we'll get back, get this filled up, head back out, and carry on with the job. Well, that is the thunder run as well, suggesting that this might be a bit more persistent than what I initially thought. So, don't think we're going to be cutting alfalfa for silage today after all, but that's okay. So although I have my newer system installed, this particular cow stable unfortunately doesn't have a system point, so I still just have to build the slurry manually, but it's not the end of the world. So we have 80,000 litres, so that's enough for 4 loads, one total instead of 3. I thought I only had 70,000, but that's looking pretty promising then. I come in through here, there's a lot of overhanging branches scraping along the side of the tractor, and I'm starting to wonder whether I also need to trim up this side, because at some point we're going to have to bring both a beetroot harvester and a combine out that way. Well, combine we might not need to, but we are going to have to move a large beetroot harvester out that way. So I think I'll get this refilled and then we're going to have a look because I think we have a tool that might be able to help us. We'll leave that to refill and we'll have to go and have a look at whether this tool is going to be any good. So I'm just on my way up to the store now to pick up a cherry picker. See if I can get up to the trees and see if we can clear a little bit of space so our machinery can get through without any concerns. I have no idea if it's gonna fit onto our trailer here, but as you can see here it is. I guess it might have to stick out over the back, but we'll give it a shot. I also don't know if I can use a chainsaw while I'm up in that basket or not, but we're about to find out all of those things as I get this thing loaded on, and then we'll see what we can do. I have just leased it. I should add, this thing costs 57,000 euros, and I'm not going to need it all the time, hopefully. But we do have controls in the basket here, so hopefully, yeah, okay, I can turn things. That's good. That's backwards. That's forwards, apparently. That's fair enough. So I reckon if I can get this main machine up onto the trailer, I'll have to leave the basket hanging over the back a bit perhaps, but it might be okay as long as I can actually get up here to oh, are we gonna make it? Are we gonna make it? Oh, am I? It's probably because I'm touching on the ground there. Oh no, now I'm about to fall off instead. Here we go. I think with a little bit of lift there, it's not quite as bad, but oh, it's a bit tricky. I don't want to take it too far forward because then I'm gonna end up tipping the whole trailer instead. So we're gonna try and keep it around here. So I'm gonna hop out. Okay, so if I hop out, I still stay up here. That's actually pretty good because that means I will have a chance of using a chainsaw. Now I don't know how I get back in again, but cross that bridge when we get to it. Well, it looks like it's staying on okay, so I'll see you down at the farm. I'm ready to test this thing out in earnest here in the summer rain. Right, so I'm blocking the entrance right now since we're going to be operating this genie here. I'm now going to have to see if I can find a way to bring myself up near some branches and then hop into first person. See if, okay, is that gonna work or not? I don't know. I prefer not to have to lop the whole branch off. Wanted to see if I can get some of these smaller kind of auto branches trimmed off without cutting the tree down, but I might not. They might look pretty ugly if I cut this whole branch off here. But let's give it a shot. Well, I've certainly made a mess now. So what I want to do here is I want to try and angle myself in and up a bit like this without hitting the tree. I actually need to go back a little bit like that. And then we'll see, because now I am up here, where I at least can get... I don't think this is how you're supposed to do this in a safe way. Okay, that branch came off. And if I hop over here, crouch down, I can cut those up as well. Okay. That's pretty good. That does seem to be working a little bit on clearing some of these branches off, the lower ones at least. But it probably looks a bit messy as I'm trying to do it here. See, that tree over there isn't really reaching over the road as much. So I think we're gonna put some warning lights on here, but it's not the fastest beast in the world, but I think the next ones are a little bit further up here. Well, we kind of got one on the other side. It's kind of leaning through. Definitely looks like there's a bit more space here now coming through. Like I said, I really don't want to destroy the trees, take them down completely. I just want to create a bit more clearance, since we are bringing some pretty large machinery in and out of this place. So I'll be racing up towards this next tree, and let's see what we got in terms of branches here. I think I might have to take that whole outer branch there. If I do that, swing myself a bit in this way and up like that, and we hop over. Then it's this one. It's probably going to crash down onto the machine. It's not going to be much. Obviously, in real life, I'd probably have a rope on it instead of just letting it fall like that. But yeah, I think that's helping. Take some of these branches off, and then I'll get it cut up and moved along as well. Yeah, that's looking better. That's cleared out a bit of it. Quite a bit of it, in fact. So, once again, wow, this thing is slipping. Maybe it's because it's wet. Yeah. But hopefully we'll get there. See you when I get to the next tree. Get it, and we'll take it around there. So I hope I don't mess up the whole farm now by doing this. So you can definitely see there's a little bit more, if I put all my hand shots away, you can see there's a little bit more clearance now as we're coming down the sides here. We have one or two more up towards the yard, but at least we haven't destroyed the trees completely in the process. But in the next episode, you'll get to see the final result of this, because I have a feeling it's going to take a while to do this, and it's slightly messy because there's branches and things everywhere, so it doesn't make for the best possible footage here. But we've done quite a bit today. We've got some slurry on grass that's going on. We got rained out on starting to cut the alfalfa. That's fair enough. We've got plenty of time still. And we're trying to tidy up the farm a little bit here. I might also look at getting a load of gravel laid down here on the road, maybe, if we can. That would be nice. But with me disappearing back up into a tree, it's the end of episode 57 here on Eiersholt. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content, and see you again soon.